So I'm opening up my bee pods top bar hive. I have an Allen wrench on this side to open up the mechanical fastener, and another mechanical fastener on this side that I can open up. Just take off the lid. And I don't see any bees on the inside of the lid. Now, before I start messing with the inside of the hive, though, I want to check the removable window slat and just try to check for comb that's attached to the walls, because if you're going to be lifting up the comb and the bars, you don't want to be ripping it away from the walls and having it fall off the comb. So now I'm going to look at, actually I'm going to leave bar 1 alone, because last time I checked it was actually attached to this end. So I'm going to start with bar 2, and there is a honey spacer on there. I just wanted to crack them all a little bit so I can possibly have a slightly easier job lifting up these bars. So here is a honey spacer. You can see some honey dripping out there because they actually made it quite bulbous. They made their comb quite bulbous. I'm just going to put this elastic, this rubber band, over top here so I don't accidentally bump it. And there you can see a patch of comb with honey and nectar that's just dripping down. So bar 2 is 100% drawn out, and when I'm looking at the contents of the comb, it's around 90% honey and 90% honey. Check both sides. From what I could tell, I don't see any eggs, but that doesn't surprise me because this is bar 2. They usually like a little bit of insulation, just to protect their brood comb. So bar 2 is 100% drawn out, 90% honey. I've got to convince the bees to get away a little bit here. So that was bar 2. I'll put the honey spacer back a little bit later. And the bees are pretty noisy, pretty upset. Okay, So bar 3, I see, let's say 80% honey, 10% pollen, 5% brood, and the rest is empty. Oh, and I see around 5% eggs. That's great to see. Now on this side, I am seeing eggs as well, and 5% pollen, and I'd say 80% honey. So there are some empty cells, but there are also cells with eggs. So I might take that 80% honey and maybe put it down to 70%. Just to make sure I'm leaving enough room to calculate for the empty comb. Okay, so I'll put bar 3 back. Now I'll do bar 4. 5% drone brood, 10% honey, 15% regular brood, and let's say 15% honey. And on this side, it's 20% brood and 5% larva. Okay, so overall, I'd say this is a good 20% brood, 5% drone brood, 5% larva, 5% pollen, and maybe 15% honey. As far as eggs, I do see eggs, so let's add another 5% for eggs, and the rest is empty. Okay, so let's see here. In bar 5, I see 80% brood, 10% pollen, 10% honey. Now on this side, I see around 70% brood. So let's say overall is 75% brood, 10% pollen, and 10% honey. So bar 6 is pretty empty. I do see eggs. I do see some brood. I do see some pollen. More pollen. More honey. More brood. And a little bit of festooning over here. So it's pretty even. It's a lot of everything. So I'd say 10% brood, 10% pollen, 10%, let's say 40% eggs, 15% honey. Okay. So we put 6 back. So here is bar 7. Bar 7 has eggs. I see larvae, very small larvae. 30% eggs, 30% larvae, 10% brood, 10% honey. Bar 8. Now in bar 8, I ripped open some honey here. Let's clean that up a bit. So in bar 8, 60% brood, 10% larva, no, let's say 20% larva, and 10% honey. So bar 9, %15 brood, 35% larva, 10% egg, 10% honey, 5% eggs. So that was bar 11. Bar 19 has a lot of festooning going on. Has 5% comb.